Good evening. Okay, this is so out of the norm because I'm usually doing these videos in the morning before the kids get up, but it is quiet, so hopefully I can get through without being interrupted. If not, I will stop, of course, to tend to the children. But anywho, today is Monday, February 15th. And I actually wanted to do this video towards the first of the month, but I just didn't get around to it. But I think you guys saw, if you watched probably a video from a couple days ago, the kids were doing some of these activities, and I wanted to just bring them to you, you know, at face, without them actually doing it, so that you could get a good look at them. Okay, so with the heart thing, it's kind of a fun thing because the candy hearts are out, and that was my aim. So I pulled out my heart things and found a couple things as well, and I'm going with that. And hopefully, actually I'm going to go get some more conversation hearts, because as you know, that stuff is on clearance now. And they actually last a pretty good long time, provided your kids don't eat them all like mine do. So I'm going to put some to stash so I can bring these out, because they enjoy these activities along with the other ones. Alright, so math. I wanted something that everybody could do, all age levels, that I have 2, 3, and 5-year-olds. And this worked well. I found this at a little pinch of perfect. These are the 10 frames, cute little cupcakes, and they count and fill the cupcake with a heart. Now, you don't have to use a heart. Obviously, after all of ours are gone, we will use something other than hearts. I can replace it with another candy if I choose to, but they enjoyed the hearts, and it got them really motivated to do this, because they knew they would get a treat once they completed their math. So these go up to 10, and as you can see, they have been well used. These I don't, and I didn't laminate them, but I did back them with cardstock once I printed them out for a little more durability. So there's that. There's that. And then, let's see, where am I going? I think I'm going to go this way with this. We have the sorting conversation hearts. The 2 little ones, 2 and 3-year-old, really enjoy this, where they sort them according to color. So a lot of one-to-one correspondence and color classification. And then I had them count how many they had. So that was neat. And then this one is the how many conversation hearts. And they basically graphed whatever I gave them. And then just a couple of those mats. On the back of these I wrote some of the websites so I can give you offhand. If not, I will I'll leave the link. I'll come back and leave the link. And if I forget, somebody please comment, because that did happen the other day. Somebody commented because I forgot, something happened and I forgot to insert the link before I put up the video. So just comment. But these mats actually, let me go back. These actually came from Play-Doh to Play-Doh. So Play-Doh to Play-Doh. She has some really nice stuff there, and these were free. So, and I have another one I'll show you from Play-Doh to Play-Doh too. This one came from Buggy and Buddy with the measuring of the hearts, which you saw one of the girls doing this in the video, where they estimate how many hearts they think would fit, and then they did their actual how many after they lined them up. So this was really cute to get them measuring, because we are in the measuring phase of math now. So we have, you know, some math going on in the way of the candy hearts. That's why I like candy hearts, because it's easy to get math in this way. And I think that is it for the math portion. Alright, another thing, bring these down. We're going to do a couple of different things with these, and I just printed several off on different color paper because we're going to do different things with them. I wanted mainly to do a sight word bingo. So not only am I, it says wordo, not only am I going to use it for sight words, I'm going to use it for math problems. Now, I don't know if you guys can see. Well, actually you can barely see it. I haven't done all of them, but you can see the word see. If you take, and I'll show you another page, and write in a white crayon, and then give them a marker to color over it. And we do this all the time, even with white paper. They love it. I would teach them their name this way. We do pictures, all kinds of stuff this way. Magic word. So the word is revealed. So over here, so those are just the colored ones. I have the heart words, and this came from Play-Doh to Play-Doh. And she has a direction as you write your word in a white crayon, and then you color over it in a marker. And I think I did this page. I didn't do all of it, but I can't even remember what words are on here. Oops. You guys can't see, but you get the point. So all of those are done. Really easy to do. These are things you don't laminate, so that's why I have several copies of them, and they're easy to get again. So that is that, and it goes up to the number 20. Actually, all of these have words on them, and of course I will also use them for math. For the little ones, I may do letters. I may even do shapes, just to give them something to do during center time, even though they know their shapes and colors and letters. But it's always good to reinforce that, and this is just one of those fun activities that we're using for center time. Alright, from Make, Take, Teach, we have sight word game. So this is for the two of them during center time, the twins. Well, they roll a die. I'm getting them used to rolling a die, and they read, and then they cover up their word with the candy heart. Once they read the word, they cover it up. So if they get, you know, they roll a 3, then they're obviously going to cover 3, and they would read each 3 of those. If they read all of them, then they would get that amount of hearts. If they read 2 of them, then they would get 2 hearts to eat as their reward. And so that gets in, you know, some word practice, a little one-to-one correspondence, and some spelling at the same time. So I like things that are multi-purpose. multi-subject. So I take the time to print things like that I can actually get a lot of use from versus, you know, random stuff. Quality. That's what I'm saying. I print quality material for myself. What I consider quality. Alright, from, what was this from? Curriculum Castle. We have some science here. Where we always do observations like this with whatever object. But this one we are going to do the candy heart observation. Well, actually we did it. I have to find that clip and insert it in one of these videos. But they got to watch water, soda. I think we did oil as well. And they did the observation and they saw what happened. So that was really fun. And I just mounted this on here. Cardstock. And then they draw. So we didn't do any drawing of anything yet. This is just to show you guys. On here we have also the candy heart observation. Will it sink or float? And then everybody predicts. And the kids really love this, forming their hypothesis. This is one of their favorite activities. They always want to do sink or float things. So this was really fun to do. Also from Curriculum Castle. And then from the Kindergarten Connection, we have these candy heart mats. And I am, what I did was just took the kids are using Hooked on Math flashcards and it's flashcards and book set. And so I just took the cards and kind of programmed it. I didn't write anything but showed them the card, and then they would cover up whatever candy heart was on there. And then they also did it this way. So however many candy hearts was here, I took a sheet of paper. Some I did on a sheet of paper, some I did on a little whiteboard, and just wrote out the problem because I like them to see in number form, not just candy hearts or whatever object or counter or whatever. I like them to see the numbers because in their math book they are looking at numbers. That's what they're going to have to get used to, looking at the numbers versus a picture for everything. We're also doing some things online, and it kind of relates to the same thing. So they really enjoyed this. There are a couple of those. And they are also doing subtraction. Although all of these are the addition pages. But the little one, she's able to keep up. The 3-year-old, she wants to do them too. So I don't exclude her. And I don't stress her. What she can do, she does. What she cannot, we don't worry about it. And then I found heart fact families, and I think they were doing these in the video. I didn't write anything, but they are actually going to I laminated them so they can use them as a write and wipe. But in the video you saw they had the candy hearts, and they added them together that way and told me how many they equaled, and then I gave them a heart to eat as a treat. So they enjoyed that. And then over here we have just the basic fact families, and they roll the die and they write the 2 numbers, which they also did. I'm not sure if I showed it on video. I might have just showed it the way using the candy hearts, but I don't know. Actually, no, I didn't show it the die. Maybe I did, because I couldn't find the die. But I think I found them. I don't know, guys. I forgot. But the video's up in any case. So I just basically stuck those on the same page and did 2 of them so that 2 of them can work on this at the same time. So there is that. I feel like I'm missing something. I have one more thing, but I just feel like I'm missing something. Or maybe that's something else. I'm going to show you guys another video. Okay. Oh, that's just the website. I was getting clever so I wouldn't forget to give you guys the websites. Writing them on the flip of another page. Alright, lastly, the kids are doing what they've been doing for a little bit. Lakeshore Learning had these, what do you call those things? Sight word journals out. They've been discontinued, but I really like those. They have a new kind out, and it's a little bit different, and it's set up for them to work through, you know, a different writing, spelling exercise, phonics exercise each day. But I have the excuse me, I'm yawning. The version, like the older version, that actually it's more. It's a lot bigger than just that Lakeshore Learning Journal. So, I mean, I came up with this, and this works. And so this is what I have been giving them for a while now. And I was not requiring, we were doing a lot of just reading. I was not requiring them to write and read. And now I am more or less moving towards writing and reading, and the grammar part of it and the punctuation part of it. And these little pictographs really help them into their words. And yeah, that's another thing. We work on, I mean, these are sight words. We work more or less on the fry words, because that's how, I don't know, I guess it depends on the state, but how teachers are trained. Some are trained and taught to teach the kids the Dolch words. We were taught fry words. Now, I do have the Dolch words, but I prefer the fry list, because what's on the fry list, there are 1,000 words. Matter of fact, let me reach really quickly. I know I jumped subject, but here's a fry word list. So there are 10 lists, there are 1,000 words, and this makes up 50% of the words that we speak every day versus sight words. And I know everybody's on the sight words and the Dolch words, and I just really, you know, I teach it a little bit, but not really. I don't stress it. But I think I have a couple right here. The rest of them are in my binder. So, fry word list. Anywho, yeah, so this is getting in lots of reading and their handwriting and these words. So they get a couple of these each week. I don't know if that's the same one. Probably for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, these are for tomorrow. And there are, how many do I have? Probably about 70 or 80 different words. It could be a little more than that. But they are going to be put into a journal. I'm going to just put them together. They have a cover already, but I want them loose because it's easier for them to write. Excuse me. While they're loose. fine. But, yeah, this really stresses, you know, the grammar part of it, because you have questions, and then you get to the exclamation point. And then you get start of the sentence, and here you have to actually start the sentence. So I am really loving that. So I will try to share, remember to share these as they do them in their in these type of videos. Like I said, they get them every day. Usually they'll do 1 or 2 a day. It just depends on how much they want, but I really stress they do at least 1. They have to do at least 1. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a text message, I think. But yeah, we're not, you know, that is their handwriting that we have been working on. Now they get other things in handwriting, but this is just what I'm showing you thus far that we have been doing just this month. Not too much, but enough. And the other things you guys saw, geography, that plan with the reading and the read around the world. I'm trying to look and see. I just showed you some math. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can... Yeah, there are a couple more new things that I've incorporated actually this year. Along with that geography and this stuff right here. Or this stuff right here. So I will bring you guys back until I catch you guys up really to speed to where we are, because we've changed up some things, and I'll just kind of quickly explain that as I introduce, you know, things that we're doing. So hopefully I didn't hold you guys too long, and I appreciate your comments. So I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your day or night, and I will see you tomorrow.